Hey guys, welcome to another loadout video, and today we're going to be doing um, what we didn't do in the last one. So our last video was the close range meta, your absolute top five. Well, I did a couple honorable mentions, and they're going to make their way back here, but we're going to go into a little bit more depth on this. So this is going to be the top five close range weapons that you could be using, but you're probably not because the other ones are better. But these are definitely honorable mentions, and we're going to do a whole dedicated video on all five of these weapons. So there's going to be a couple in here that are going to surprise you, but we're going to give you detailed stats like we did the last few videos, and so let's just get right into it. So at number five, we have the M13C. The M13C has one of the better time to kills on this list. Um, but the problem is its bullet velocity is atrocious, which makes it only good in like the first 15 or so meters, and it doesn't have as good an ADS as a SMG, but it does kill faster than some of the SMGs, and definitely in that first damage range kills faster than the other assault rifles. So we're gonna go with the practical TTK here first. In the first 17 meters, the M13C kills in 709 milliseconds, and it has a rate of fire is pretty good, 750 rounds per minute, 300 bullet velocity, which is funny. It's third best on this list, which is kind of funny. But we got the 45 round mag on it. You could do 60, but that would just slow it down way too much. It does have a tied for the best reload time at 3 seconds roughly there and abouts. It has a 276 millisecond ADS speed, which is the slowest on the list. Um, it has 160 millisecond sprint to fire, 236 millisecond tactical sprint to fire speed. But anyway, so this is how we build this. We're building this straight up for mobility with a little bit of control added on the compensators. So that's what we do there. We got that for that. VLK laser and the Komodo Heavy to get rid of that horizontal shake. Next on the list is going to be the Fennec. The Fennec 45 is a very interesting weapon. So it has the fastest fire rate at over 1,000 RPM, has a 218 millisecond aim down sight speed, which is really good, has a pretty bad muzzle velocity, second worst on the list at 292 meters per second. But the TTK is pretty good actually. It's 715 milliseconds is practical, and that's out to 12 meters, and that's with that shortened barrel. And then the damage drop off isn't that bad. It goes to 793 milliseconds. That's out to 18 meters. And then we drop off again at 904. So at that point in that range, it's the worst. But the funny thing is if you're hitting people at over 50 meters, let's say at 56 meters, the Fennec kills faster than everything else on the list out there. Just a little, fun information for you right there. But yeah, so like the Fennec's just really good. It would not recommend it outside of solos. If you're playing Plunder like I do, you play with whatever weapon because you die and you come back. It's not a big deal. So this would be fun in Plunder. Solos, if you're playing, it'll also be good in duos if you're playing well with your squad. But if you're playing in trios and quads, I don't recommend this weapon unless you are playing very tight with your team. I'm talking like everybody's within, you know, 25 or so meters of each other, so that way you can get help if you need it. But anyway, this is the build. We got the Agile Assault Stock. We have the 7 milliwatt laser. We have the 8.5-inch Recon. And we have the Spiral Flash Hider. Number 3 on the list is the Chimera. And the reason the Chimera is only number 3 is because it's an assault rifle, so obviously it's not very fast, even though this is probably one of the faster builds to run with. But with this build out to 27 meters, it has a 706 millisecond TTK, which is best on this list. And then if we go down to its other statistics here, has an 800 fire rate, has tied for the fastest reload speed at 3 seconds. It has the second worst reload or aim down sight speed at 255 milliseconds, but it's not bad, and it's it's got the best bullet velocity on this list, which is why this is the list that it's on. But we got the M13 factory stock. This is straight up for strafe speed and sprint speed. And we have the VLK laser. We have the 6.5-inch Vorpal barrel, and we have the 8-point flash hider. This is the equivalent of the spiral flash hider for the SMGs. And then number 2 on our list is the MX9. The reason the MX9 isn't meta is because of that 32 round mag. However, it has a 741 rate of fire. 32 rounds is the best you got. It's got a 3-second reload speed, 238 millisecond aim down sight speed. You can go faster than that if you take off the barrel, but the barrel makes this gun even better because of the movement speed and the extra damage range and bullet velocity. But you could take it off for sure and put on like a flash hider, or you can put on an optic if you don't like the iron sights, which a lot of people don't. You can even put on, I guess neither one of these are really good, but yeah, or you can put on some ammo like high velocity. Oh, this is subsonic. Never mind. Yeah, but I wouldn't do anything to it. Other than that, in that first damage range, the MX9 has a 646-second TTK out to 11 meters, and then it drops off pretty severely to looks like 863, which would be the slowest on the list. But that extends out to 29 meters, so it would make a good sniper support if it had a bigger magazine, but it doesn't. So let's get into the tunings. We got the Bruen S901 barrel. We have the VLK laser. We have the FTAC C11 riser comb, and then we have the Bruen Q900 rear grip in the 32 round mag. Number 1, the Lockman Shroud. This could have easily made my top 5 meta weapons, but the problem is this is a very niche weapon because it's burst fire or semi-auto. It has the fastest time to kill in the game in the semi-auto mode. If you can spam the trigger, you only have to get to about 480 rounds per minute to get that TTK, but even getting to 400, you're still killing faster than everything else in the game. So 400 is pretty easy to get to. But even in burst fire, it has the fastest TTK. The burst fire TTK is 550 milliseconds, but that's only out to 8 meters, and then the damage drop off brings it up to 761 at 9 meters, which is the worst on the list. But you know, you're going to fry people up close, especially if you hit your shots. But that's the problem, is hitting your shots. This thing is unforgiving if you miss shots. But this is what we got for our tunes. And that'll do it for the top 5 close range weapons that you are probably not using because my other ones were better. But these are guns that are very viable. The close range meta is very competitive. There are a lot of guns that are good. There's only a couple that are bad. But most of the time, the gun's only as bad as the user, right? So if the gun's really bad and so aren't you, then you're just not going to have a good time. But if the gun's bad but you're really good, you can make the gun look pretty good. I've done that with the Mini-Bach. The Mini-Bach is probably the worst SMG that we have, and I was able to drop a couple of 20-plus kill games with it. But it's just a very accurate gun. So, but that'll do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Leave me a gun that you guys want to see me run with, and if I pick your gun, I will make sure to name the video after you and shout you out in it as well. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell icon to get the notice for when I post new videos. We're doing loadout videos. We're dropping a bunch of loadout videos in a row here. And we also do gameplay videos. And I have a couple other things that I'm keeping under wraps, but it's because I'm trying to get everything around form. It's a different type of video, but it has everything to do with Call of Duty. But I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you did, like I said, leave a like, comment, sub if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.